Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie. I'm so happy you chose to stop by today. But if this happens to be your first time visiting, welcome to Siempre Infinitos DIY. Today I want to share with you how I made a Christmas air balloon for Mr. Santa. I'm going to be using a 6-inch foam ball and a round gift box. All of the materials that I'm going to be using in this video, I'm going to leave it in the description box down below. First thing, I wanted to make sure that my box is going to be the perfect size for my balloon. And then I am going to be using foam sheet to wrap my box in. I got my inspiration from a website when I was searching for a Christmas air balloon for my Christmas tree. I saw that they were way too expensive, so I figured why not make my own? And I'm so happy that I chose to do that. So now I get to share with you how easy they are to make, so in case you would like to do one for your own Christmas tree. So with that being said, let's get back to the video. So here I am just going to do is just cut my foam sheet, and I'm going to cut it a couple of inches bigger than the box. And that's just in case I later decide to wrap the foam sheet in the box so you won't see the edge. This is again an optional. And also I wanted to make sure that not only would it be able to wrap over, but as well, if it was a little bit too long, I can just cut it down to the perfect size. In this case, I did. So I'm so happy that I measured it right. As well, I'm going to be using these 1-inch square pieces that I want to make a rhombus pattern. But first, I'm going to lay a thin layer of hot glue all the way around my basket. And then I'm going to start building my pattern with the black little square pieces that measured 1 inch. So real quick, I would like to welcome all of my new subscribers. Thank you so very much for subscribing to my channel. And as well, I would like to continue to thank everyone who's been following me. Thank you so very much for supporting my channel. So with all of that being said, let's get back to the video. Now that I added the white foam sheet, I'm going to start to add the pattern. And I want to make sure that each square piece touches the next. This way I can get a straight line, and I'm going to do 2 straight lines going all the way around, or 2 patterns going all the way around. I really love how this pattern looks like. It reminds me of Mackenzie's Child's. It's really pretty, and I thought that this would be perfect for my Christmas air balloon. So now I'm going to be adding some flat gold beads, and I'm going to add to each square piece where it connects with the next, as you can see here. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these down as well. So you just want to make sure that you don't burn yourself when using hot glue. Right now I'm using a low temp gun, so I don't really have to worry about burning my fingers. Just want to be careful. So once I glue down all the little beads, then I'm just going to go in and pull out all of those pieces of, what do you call them? They're like webs of glue or something. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, I'm just going in there and pulling them all out. All right, so now I want my basket to have a little red trim going all the way around the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to cut some foam sheet, and this is just glitter red foam sheet. I believe it's probably like a 1/4 inch if I'm correct. If not, then I'll just measure it and add it to the video. So again, you know, all I'm doing here is just gluing it all the way around. And now here is my basket. I really love this. It almost looks like a drum, doesn't it? Okay, so now that my basket is done, I'm going to begin to work on the balloon. And here I have some square pieces because I want it to be traditional. I'm going to go with the traditional colors. All 8 square pieces measured 5 by 5, but then I went in later and I cut them down to 4 by 4. Here I also have some gold pieces. Now the gold pieces are going to go in the center just like that. And they measured, I believe, 1 or 1/2 inch. Now the length of it doesn't really matter because you will still need to cut, if not add a little bit more. And then the piece that I'm going to have wrapped all the way around the ball, that's going to be a little bit bigger. And I think that's probably about 1 inch wide, the width. Again, the length, it doesn't matter because unless you have a foam sheet that wraps all the way around the ball, it's perfect. If not, then you're going to most likely have to do pieces, which in this case is what I had to do. So here is my center of my ball. There is a little circle there. That's why I'm calling it the center of the ball. And then I'm just going to use that as the guide to where I'm going to begin to glue each piece down. And as you can see here, this is how I'm going to do it. I want to go with red, green, red, green. And then in the center of each, where each of the colors meet, that's where I'm going to add the piece of gold trim. Again, I'm using a low temp gun, so I don't have to worry about it eating through my foam sheet. Not the foam sheet, but my foam ball. And then as you can see here, I'm just going to start to glue each piece down. So I am going to glue down my foam sheets in the center of the ball, and then once they're glued down, I am going to flip the ball over. Here is a quick tip for you. As you can see, I was struggling to try to hold them in place. You could use a pin to hold each one down, or 4 pins to hold each one down, or just one. Totally up to you, however you want to do that. Or if you just want to be just like me and struggle with them trying to hold them in place while they glue down. All right, so note to self, use pins next time. All right, now that I went ahead and glued all 4 down to the ball, I'm going to flip the ball over and I'm going to glue the rest of the foam sheet. I did realize that instead of cutting square pieces, I should have done triangle pieces. And that's only because it was still, even though I trimmed them down from 5 to 4 inch, it just came out to be a little bit too big. So maybe if I would have done a triangle cut, then I didn't have to do it. But that's fine, because I still went in and I could still trim off whatever pieces were showing. I did leave 2 of them just to show you what I was talking about, but later on I went in there and I did trimmed it off. So here is how it is coming up together. I used a gold trim, and then as you saw there in the corner, which I'll show you again, you can see there that it laps over the other side. If this doesn't bother you, you can just leave it alone. This is my bottom part, but if it does, you could always go in there and trim it off. So now that I have my balloon ready, I am going to be using 2 skewers to hold my balloon up, and here they are, and they have little pointy edges. And then I'm also going to use some straws. Here is the basket, and I put foam pieces inside the basket, and then I just placed a cardboard on top and then put some glitter foam sheet on top. I did not glue this down because I still wanted to make sure that I got my skewer sticks in there correctly. Then of course I went in later and glued it down. So here I have a pre-made Santa and a pre-made Rudolph. Of course, Rudolph looked like he is afraid of heights. And then I also made a pre-made toy sack that I'm going to be adding to the basket as well. I don't know if I showed you or not, but I went ahead and added some sandbags. Oh, and there they are. So this is how it all coming together. All I need to do is just put it together and I'll give you a closer look. And here he is. What do you think? I really love how it came out. This is so adorable. I love it. I cannot wait to add it to my Christmas tree. If I inspire you guys, awesome, let me know. And thank you so much for stopping by, my friends. And until the next time, stay safe, be kind. Bye.